Hey guys, another episode of the Nerdisms Podcast. I'm here with my friend Jen, who most people probably know as orangesherbert06 on most of the things. But yeah, we're just gonna here talk about stuff she's into, because that's what we do here on this podcast. So, Jen.
What is up?
Okay, so what was like your first like thing that you were like super nerdy into? It could be, you don't even have to be fandom wise. Just what was it when you were like younger?
Oh god. Okay. So I really can't say I was like really into anything when I was younger. I mean, like I read books and I watched like cartoons like any normal kid.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go back to. I'm gonna go to fandoms. Like,
go for it. Whatever you want to do.
Literally, when I like the first thing that made me realize like I wanted this life. I wanted the nerd life. Was Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. What was it like? This is a stupid question, but like, what was it about Lord of the Rings that got you?
See, I'm not okay. To describe how I got it, like why I love Lord of the Rings so much, I actually have to tell you the story of how I was introduced to it. So I never saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
I never saw the first one in theaters. Let me rephrase that. Never saw the first one in theaters. I never read any of the books before watching the movies.
Yeah.
My friends were all like, "Hey Jen, you need to check," or at that point in time, "Hey Jenny, you need to pick up this movie. You need to check it out. It's an awesome movie." And I'm like, what the hell is this? So they're like, "Go get Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and watch it. You're going to love it." And I'm like, oh, God, okay. I was like, okay, a bunch of stupid nerdy stuff. My friends are going to make me love, whatever. So we went to the movie theater. For all those people who may be too young to understand this, but the other people who are not, I went to Blockbuster.
Oh my god, what a time that was.
I just dated myself. I went to Blockbuster, and I had my mom and I went. I got the movie, and I was sitting in my living room, and I was like, "Mom, do you want to watch this with me?" She's like, No, honey, you go ahead and enjoy. My sister was out with her friends, being the normal teenager, unlike me, middle schooler. Yeah, I was in 8th grade when I watched this movie. Dear God. Just realized that 8th grade. But so I started watching it, and I was making fun of it. I'm like, man, Frodo sounds like Fido. Like, this is stupid. Like, what is going on here? It's like, that sounds like a name you should name your dog. Here, Frodo. Here, boy.
Oh my god. Frodo. I wouldn't be surprised if someone has named their dog Frodo. Or cat.
At one point, I wanted to get a dog and name it Frodo.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to because of that. So, like, the more I kept watching, the more I started getting into the story and getting into the, just, my mind was being just, enveloped, for the lack of a better word, into this beautiful, magical world of Middle Earth. And by the end of it, I was like, I want to be an elf. I want to be a hobbit.
Oh my gosh.
I want to go to Middle Earth.
Yes.
So, I devoured the movies. I read the books. The books were really hard for me to get through.
Yeah, because there's so many details.
But, The Hobbit, I loved that book. I watched, all the Lord of the Rings movies that came out. And Lord of the Rings was the first fandom I wrote a story for. That's actually what got me into writing.
Yeah. So,
if my friends had not pushed me to watch that movie, I don't even know if I would have really developed my love for writing. Which is so weird.
That's amazing, actually.
I know, right?
Holy shit, dude.
Because, I even created, my first character who was going to get with Legolas.
Oh, my God. Of course, Legolas, I feel like Legolas was, the first, for most people, that was, the first dude, I feel like, almost.
Oh, God, yeah. That was literally my first, character crush.
Yeah.
Was Legolas.
Yeah.
Straight up. But, from there, oh god, like I was into anime and somewhat.
Anime was my introduction to fandom, actually, which is kind of ironic, really, because I still dip in there sometimes. Like, shit, what was it? It was Beyblade and Digimon and Naruto eventually and Inuyasha and all these things. Dude,
No.
so many things.
Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho. We're running.
Yes, all of those.
Fruits Basket.
Holy shit, yeah. Dude, Fruit Basket. That was like one of my first ones in high school that I ever read, and it didn't finish till like I was almost out of high school, and I was like, holy shit. And it was so weird. You don't understand.
The person who has always been disappointed in the love triangles.
I know, right?
Minus like one book series.
Mm-hmm.
One book series has been able to do the love triangle right, and I'm so happy with how that one ended.
Which one is that?
The Clockwork Angel series. It's a trilogy by Cassandra Clare.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Shadowhunter.
Yeah, I know who she is, yeah.
It's the prequels.
Uh-huh.
Read the prequels. The prequels are awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. But, like, that was the one book I was so happy with how it ended.
Yeah.
Because the people I wanted to get together did, so I was...
That's always a plus, I feel like.
I know. And that's exactly how I felt with Fruits Basket. It was like the way it ended was beautiful, and the fact that the two people I really wanted to get together got together, I was like, yes, thank you.
I was still kind of bummed, though, because they ended the anime series short.
That's true. Spoilers for people who have not seen it.
Well, we didn't say, but
I was actually going to talk
go ahead and say it. I don't care.
Like, I don't like the fact that the anime ended with like halfway through the storyline.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You figure out about what was his name?
You talking about the guy Akito or the girl? Yeah.
Yeah, spoilers. It's really Akito is a girl.
Yeah. I'm surprised I remembered. I'm so surprised I remembered his name. It's been that long.
Like, the fact, like, she also had, like, some weird relationship going on with Shigure.
I know, right? It's
I was like, what is
everything. It was like a harem for me, honestly. That whole thing was like a harem. She could get with anyone, I feel like, almost. She could almost go with anybody.
She wanted to. I feel like she wanted to in some weird way. She wanted to be with everybody.
I know, every single one of them.
And, like, I know that's part of the god complex that she was given based on that curse.
True.
But at the same time, I'm like, it's so why?
I know. No.
Oh, excuse me. Alright, back to the original question, too. So, yeah, Lord of the Rings really was, like, my first introduction to fandoms, but to be honest, like, I really did not become immersed in fandoms. Like, I knew some things about Lord of the Rings. I knew, like, all the characters. I knew the places and stuff like that. But I didn't know, like, the history behind everything. Harry Potter.
Yep, Harry Potter was for sure.
That, like,
yeah.
That will, like, granted, Lord of the Rings was, like, my gateway fandom. That's the way I call it. It was my gateway fandom. But
What?
Lord of the
Mom.
Rings.
Going to church.
Okay.
I'm letting you know.
All right. I'm not yelling. I'm trying not to talk. God, I'm gonna have to edit that. God damn it.
And
Damn it. Only Jen can see my face right now, but because my mom was just like totally interrupted the thought process and everything that was going on.
like, that just happened.
That's great.
But yeah, like, so yeah, in a sense, Lord of the Rings was my first fandom, and like, it is so weird to think that, like, if my friends hadn't really pushed me to watch that movie, I wouldn't, like, have become a writer.
I know, right?
It's so weird to think that, like, just, like, one little thing, one little movie just changed my life in a sense. Because I could have been in a completely different, like, life in a sense.
So
Maybe not life, but, like, a different path.
that's true.
Because I wouldn't have had the degrees I have. I wouldn't have, you know, the passions that I do. I might, you know, been someone else. God, that's so weird.
I know.
So weird.
It is weird. But that's how I don't, like, that's, like, one of the things that is weird to me when adults are, like, why do you spend your life on, like, one, like loving one thing or whatever, like fandom, because they don't get fandom. But that's because you don't understand how amazing these little things are that we're, like, really invested in, that kind of changed everything.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that, like, adults don't understand fandoms, because I have been finding out throughout recent years that, in a sense, my mother, God bless her, she would so hate me telling about this, but no one really knows who she is, so I think we're safe. She, in a sense, had her own fandom. Like, my mother, when she was a kid, would actually watch Star Trek. Like,
oh my God, yes.
Back in the day, she would watch these, like, her and her friends would watch the original Star Trek.
Yes.
And then later on that day, when they're playing outside, they would recreate that episode.
That's fucking cute. It's adorable.
And then, like, and then on top of that, like, it blew my mind with the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. I'm sitting here watching it with my mom, because my mom's like, oh, what are you watching? I was like, I'm watching Doctor Who. She goes, okay, you mind if I join you? I was like, no, yeah, come on. My mom watches, we sit there and we watch Captain America together. Like, she would really love Chris Evans to be her son-in-law. Like, I'm just saying, my mom has said it to me. She wouldn't mind me bringing him home.
Yeah.
But, so we were sitting there watching Doctor Who, and she just goes, oh, yeah. Ah, that was my doctor. It's like, wait a minute, whoa. You had a doctor. Yeah, Tom Baker was my doctor.
Jen, did you forget the whole thing where it's been going on for 50 years?
No, it's not even just that, but, like, the fact that my mother watched Doctor Who, and I had been talking about Doctor Who for a while.
Yeah.
And she never once told me about this until we were watching it together, and she goes, oh, yeah, I never really was into the show completely, because when it came on where she lived in, West Virginia, that might be getting a little too much information for me, but where she lived, like, in that time, it only came on a certain time.
Yeah.
We are in such a blessed time that we can actually look up videos online and watch stuff. God, we are so blessed.
Plus, they have the original Doctor Who on Netflix now. Like, you can watch it.
Yeah, well, she, obviously, during that time, they
couldn't. Yeah, they can do all that.
She would be, like, there would be only a few times that she'd be able to catch an episode, because, like, either her dad had the television or her sister had the television, and neither one of them wanted to watch Doctor Who with her. So, like, it would be a rare occurrence that she would get to watch an episode, but the ones that she did was with him. And, God, I won't even forget the time we went to Walmart, and this guy was walking past us with the scarf.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, and my mom's like, yeah, that's the doctor's scarf. And I'm like, oh my God, Mother, why would you tell me these amazing stories?
Yes, I actually almost got that scarf, because at the con that I went to that I have my Hufflepuff scarf from, they also had that scarf. And I was like, it's either the Hufflepuff scarf or it's that scarf. But I was like, Hufflepuff is so rare. So I got the hand knitted one, and it's so long. It's so freaking long, but I love it. It's like my favorite scarf in the world.
Girl, you're telling me Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, that's hard stuff to find.
Rare.
Well, it used to be hard stuff to
It's
find.
getting more easy to find, because most people now, they know that most people are more Hufflepuffs than, I guess, they thought, or whatever, I guess.
Well, it also helps the fact that the new movies that came out, Newt's
a Hufflepuff. Yes, yeah.
So,
yeah. God, I love that movie. That movie makes me so happy and sad at the same time.
Aww. But yeah, so I'm assuming, and also, like, I think they're realizing a lot more people are in those other two houses besides
I know.
Slytherin and
Dude, but there's still too much Gryffindor merch. Like, way too much. I'm just like, come on. Especially at the place I work, there's just nothing but Gryffindor, and I'm just like, come on.
Slytherin.
Actually,
Rachel has no problem finding Slytherin stuff.
That's true. It's Slytherin and Hufflepuff. They feel like those, not Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, that they feel like those are like the main, but they're not the main. There's these other two amazing houses.
Yeah. It's like, come on. Show us some love. Show us some love.
Exactly. Which is why I got those two other favorite new Hufflepuff things while I was at PAX South. I got the new beanie and my lanyard with the little thing on it. It's so cute.
I have got to go back to either to a store and get like some more Ravenclaw stuff because, gosh, I had a pair of Ravenclaw pants. God, I can't talk. A pair of Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw, I got you.
Ravenclaw pants that ripped. So down around like the foot area, so there's like a big old gaping hole. I'm like, no, these are amazing lounge pants. So
there's only two places I can recommend, and that is Hot Topic and Box Lunch.
Which I have both around me, so I will be.
I know. Aren't you glad I introduced you to Box Lunch, though? Because
oh my God, yes.
It's the best place ever.
Well, hilariously enough about that, my friend was like, hey, I'm going up to this mall, which is one of the nicer malls, but it's like almost like a 15, 20-minute drive, 30 depending on traffic. So we go up to this mall, and right there is Box Lunch, and before I could even be like, my friend told me about this, my friend turns and looks at me and goes, oh, yeah, so this is the store I wanted to introduce you to, because when I came in here the last time, I saw this store and thought of you. And I turned and looked at her and said, my friend Day actually told me about this store. Good to know that there is one here.
Yes, I love that store. And if people listening have no idea what Box Lunch is, it is literally the best store in the world. It has something for everyone in there. There's...
The way I described it, it's almost like an adult version of Hot Topic.
It is. It even has stuff that's like non-fandom at all. They have like space stuff in there. They got a lot of they have a wall of Funkos. Just if you're a Funko collector and you need more, go to that freaking store.
They legit do. It's a very nice collection.
They have a lot of Disney, like so much Disney.
Well, one thing that I really liked too was like I walked in. It wasn't a big section.
Yeah.
But there was stuff like, I love the show Outlander.
Yeah.
And they had Outlander stuff in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I had enough money, I would buy everything.
I know. There's so many amazing things there. My best friend was the one who introduced me to it, because we went in there for a gift for me, because he was like, he knew what to get me. He kind of knew what he was going to get me anyway, but he was like, you can pick stuff out also while we're here. So I ended up with like a bag of stuff and I'm weird about people spending money on me, especially when I'm with them. I mean, like, especially when I know the total is gonna be high as I don't know what. It just makes me, it's weird. But he was like, this is for you. This is a gift for you. So you just don't even worry about it. But yeah, that store it's amazing. It is like an adult version of Hot Topic.
All I know is I really want to go back and get some of those graphic tees that they have.
Yes.
They're so...
And they added Stranger Things now. They have Stranger Things stuff.
I know.
And horror, a lot of horror stuff. If you're into horror, like Friday 13 and stuff, they have necklaces and stuff. I found this online on because if you sign up for their email stuff, they had a deal a little while ago where they had some of their collections on sale, and I was like, I'm broke right now, and I really want some necklaces.
Like, what I also really liked was the fact, like, I keep saying like a lot, sorry.
It's fine, it's okay.
That's what I do. But, one thing I did like about that store too was they had new stuff like Disney, they had Marvel, they had, you know, Pop Doll.
Star Wars, a lot of Star Wars now.
Star Wars, like the new Star Wars.
Rogue One and all that stuff.
But they also had like t-shirts from like old stuff I used to watch when I was a kid. Like they had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the old television shows. They had Rugrats stuff. They had old Nickelodeon stuff. They had little anime, they had like old Sailor Moon
Yes.
stuff that I was just like, oh my god, this is
They have
amazing.
Yes. Oh my god. It's the best. It's like my favorite story now. It really is. Okay, so what's your thing now that, well, I know this, but what is like your thing that you're like super into now? If it's changed since, Lord of the Rings.
Obviously, it's changed from Lord of the Rings.
Obviously.
But I mean, Lord of the Rings still has a place in my heart. I still love Lord of the Rings. I will sit down and marathon that mother to no end. God. And I love Harry Potter. Like, I will be a Potterhead until the day I die.
Same.
I will be a proud Ravenclaw till the day I die.
Yes.
But, I mean, I have gotten into some new things.
Mm-hmm.
Some, are like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Everybody's getting into that now, because I am, like, obviously really getting into Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, Captain America.
Obviously.
Obviously.
It's hard not to get into Cap, though. He's such a I don't want to say down-to-earth guy, because he's not. He is, but he's not. It's hard to explain.
Like, for me, oh god, okay. We're gonna do this.
Go ahead.
We're gonna do this. Okay.
This is your safe space.
It's okay. It's okay. I can talk here. No judgment.
No judgment.
Oh god, okay. So, I am just gonna go ahead and put this out there. I'm probably gonna get some hate for this. I never read any of the comics.
Oh no, dude, me neither. Not really. I know some facts. This is like in general. I don't read a lot of comics, but I know things about certain characters from just like reading online or whatever. Not the comic itself, just ideas.
No, like I have zero knowledge. Like all my knowledge about comic books come from my best friend who grew up reading them with her brother.
Yeah.
So I have like zilch, none.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like the Marvel thing, I really started getting into it because my best friend took me to go see the movies. Like I loved Iron Man, like those were awesome movies.
Mm-hmm.
So she and I were like, hey, this new movie Thor's coming out. Let's go see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So we went and saw it, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Oh my god, I love me some Thor. I love me some Jane. Oh my god.
Listen, I wanted to get into a conversation about Jane because I'm still upset.
No. I found out the reason why she was not in the movie.
Okay.
Because she was pregnant.
Listen, I hate that excuse because someone else used that recently, and I'm like, listen, you can work around a pregnant woman.
Well, okay, like, I understand. Well, no, she, like, kind of took a break.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just was like, I'm pregnant. I don't want to really do anything.
I get that.
So, it's like, I get that. I do. But at the same time, I'm like, just because she's taking a break doesn't mean you get to completely just take her character out and give him a new love interest. No.
Exactly. Like, he still will care about Jane. He still loves Jane. Jane still exists. She's still alive.
He cared for her in the Avengers, and you never saw her in the Avengers.
I know.
Except for a picture.
Yeah, except a little picture of her. Ugh. God.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so went and saw Thor, and I was just like, as my best friend loves to put it, I was like, Thor with the hammer! And like, she has it to where like I'd be like holding a hammer above my head, like, yeah, Thor! And then, I think it was like the next year was when Captain came out.
Yeah.
And at that point, she and I weren't living close together, so she came to visit me. And we were like, all right, let's go see Thor. Or not Thor, let's go see Captain America. Because, it's another Marvel movie. Mm-hmm. And it had started to become our tradition to go see Marvel movies together. Mm-hmm. I mean, we go see pretty much any movie together. But that had become our thing. Yeah. Like, we couldn't go see it first with anybody else. Uh-huh. So we went and saw Captain. And she's like, the minute Steve Rogers... even skinny Steve Rogers popped up on screen, I saw you throw the hammer and pick up the shield.
Oh my god.
She's like, because first of all, it's set in one of your favorite eras.
Yes.
Because I do love World War II era.
Yes, you do.
I do. And like, alright, we're gonna go a bit on a tangent right now.
It's fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
I know people are like, why would you like the 1940s, like, you know, World War II, this and that and the other, you know, a lot of crap is going on. Yes, but at the same time, there was a lot of beautiful things. Well, not beautiful. There was a lot of interesting things going on too.
Yeah.
That was also the time where you saw a lot of women empowerment, because without women in the workforce and all of that, you know, you saw we would not have done so well.
That's so true. Yeah.
There were still a lot of issues. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah. Still so many.
Still a lot of issues.
Still a lot of issues. So many.
But I feel like the 1940s had a good impact on things.
Mm-hmm.
It would help get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And I don't like the 1950s because, like, obviously during that time, that's when they were like, women should be in the workforce.
Yeah.
But we got that taste, and that's why I like the 40s a lot better, is because we got that taste of what we can do.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So that's my little tangent on why I like World War II era. And I think it's also beautiful writing people letters and, you know, all that.
That's still my favorite thing, because I love writing letters to people.
I do. Like, I think it's just, like, I like, don't get me wrong, I love technology. I don't know what I would do without my phone.
Exactly.
Like, my phone is my best friend. But at the same time, there was a beauty in the simplicity of things in the, like, during that time, like, waiting for a letter and all that. I know people are sitting here going, you're just romanticizing. Yes, I am. Okay, I know that.
Yeah.
Let me romanticize. But, alright, going back to, so we went and saw Captain America, and I fell in love with the character Steve Rogers for the simple fact, like, it is as it is said in the movie, like, he's the little guy.
Yeah.
He understands, you know, what it's like to be weak, to be feeble, but still have a good heart and a good soul.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love that about Steve Rogers, is the fact that, like, here's a good-hearted person trying to do what's right.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, you know, he is Skinny Steve.
Mm-hmm. So many health problems. So many.
So many health
Poor boy.
problems.
Poor babies.
Poor baby. And then you also have where he becomes Captain America, and he's able to finally, in a sense, what he feels, he can finally do what he can and succeed. Mm-hmm. Not saying he didn't succeed when he was, you know, Skinny Steve.
Yeah.
Or Pre-Serum Steve, but he, in a sense, is now able to put that good heart, soul into action and feel what he believes is what he's doing right for people.
Yeah. And
that's kind of why, like, Civil War broke my heart a little bit.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because, like, he's still, and, like, just, not even just Civil War, but, like, all of the movies with Captain leading up to it. It's like, see, in his mindset, he's still trying to do good. He's still, you know, striving to do what he believes is right. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to quote Harry Potter.
Go for it.
I'm going to quote Harry Potter on this. With Civil War, he had to choose between what is right and what is easy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, his definition of right might be completely different from, you know, what Tony believed was right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so they were both believing that, you know, the other one was picking what was easy to do, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really kind of what broke my heart with that movie, was the fact that, like, Steve thought, you know, what he was doing was right. Mm-hmm. And in his mindset, that's what he was going for. But at the same time, it's like, he was also thinking and being a little selfish with Bucky.
He definitely was being selfish, and Sam Wilson called him out on that. He did, and that's one of the reasons why he's my favorite. But that's not a discussion for right now. But yeah.
Yeah, so like I love the fact that like with Captain, it's like he is the man at a time, but in that perspective, there are still things about Steve Rogers that we could really use in today's society.
Oh, for sure.
So, but at the same time, there are some things that he brings that, you know, it's like, dude, that is outdated. You kind of need to upgrade your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing not even just like that plot, but seeing the struggle with him trying to figure out what do I need to keep of myself, and what do I really need to work on, and actually becoming a better person and a better Captain America for the society.
Yeah.
So I think that's really like the reason why I really love Captain America and love Steve Rogers. I love Steve Rogers. Absolutely love that character because it's such a good character development that you can go from the all-American boy to I will do what I believe is right, and what I believe, even if it's going against the government, I will do what I believe is right. Yep. So, like, it's like you worked for the government because you know they were doing, or believe they were doing right, to hell no, I won't go kind of mentality. It's like it's a good character development. I loved it. Yes. And then, obviously, get into some YouTubers. We
don't need to go there right now.
About YouTubers. I'm just like, we're just know that I do watch some people play video games. I do watch some shows and some podcasts that are on YouTube. If anyone's looking, I will say this, I'm going to promote something real quick. If anyone's watching needs to find a good improv show that they're okay with language and crude humor, very, very crude and sometimes maybe offensive humor, definitely check out Rooster Teeth's On the Spot. That, granted, I can be very immature with my humor sometimes, but that show is funny. I enjoy that show a lot. It's a great improv show for me. So I'm like, hey, if anyone else, wants to check out stuff, please go check them out. That, it's a really good show. I will throw that out there. That is all I'm going to say about YouTubers. That is all I'm going to say about YouTube people in general. If you guys really want to know what YouTubers I watch, no, we're not going to go there. We're just know there are there's about 4 people I watch for gaming and 1 company that I watch for the rest of the stuff. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, so this one I'm actually really I'm wondering if it's the answer I think it's gonna be, but okay. So what is an experience you've had, maybe it's negative or embarrassing towards something that's happened because of what you're really interested in?
You want an embarrassing story that happened to me?
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well. I can't believe I'm going to tell this story.
Have I heard this story previously?
I don't know if you have or have not. Okay.
Just go for it.
So, I got a chance to meet a couple of the dwarves.
Oh, I have not heard this story. I'm kind of excited right now.
So I am in an area where I'm lucky enough to go to a convention called Dragon Con. The first time I went, I actually went, I didn't pay for my badge because my friend at the time told me that her husband didn't want to go, so she gave me his pass.
Mm.
So, I had 2 embarrassing experiences.
Okay.
With these individuals. So, the first time I met Ori.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ori from The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Brown. An amazing individual, the sweetest person, probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my entire life. So, this is my legit first time meeting a celebrity of that scale by myself.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I met celebrities, I had my best friend with me, so I was okay. She was there. She kept me anchored. Like it was okay.
Yeah.
This, I had nobody. Like my friend, she walked off. Like she went to go do her own thing, and I was kind of left by myself.
Oh no.
Okay, I wear lipstick.
Yes.
Let me just put this for everyone in perspective. And it's not like nude color. It's like
it's bright.
Bright red.
Yeah.
Like think 40s, 50s pinup red. It's that red. All right. So with that in mind, I had just put a fresh coat on before I went up to him.
Uh-huh.
So the lady took, she took my item because I had him sign a Hobbit book, because, that's original, and, paid my money, and I walk up, and, like, my hands are shaking. I tell him, like, oh, my God, I'm so nervous, and I start talking to him and everything else, and it was really nice. He was so sweet, and, like, I loved it. It was a good conversation, and, like, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm, like, so nervous right now. Like, he saw my hand shaking, he grabbed my hand, and he's like, it's okay, darling, it's okay, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, you are making my day. And so, like, before I walk away, the lady stops me and she goes, you have lipstick on your teeth. Really? You tell me after I am done speaking with this individual that I have lipstick on my teeth?
Girl, that's a part of the girl code. You tell before.
Thank you. So, like, that was embarrassing to me for the fact that I have red lipstick all over my teeth while talking to this man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you couldn't have warned me beforehand. You could have been like, hey, lipstick. Check lipstick kind of deal. I was like, I would have been like, okay, good. I'm good to go before I talk to this man. All right. So same Comic-Con, or same convention at Dragon Con. The next day, I have a semi-embarrassing thing. So we were gonna go to a panel, and it was like at 9 o'clock in the morning. So, or it was like 9 or 10 or something like that. So we get there early, and we're, getting ready to cross the street, and I look up, and there is the actor who played Nori and Dory, or Nori and Ori. Sorry, not Dory. So I, of course, am like, oh my God, there they are. So I kind of like start walking faster, and I leave my friend behind. And it gets to a point that, like, I'm kind of like in an okay distance behind them, still going like, oh my God, that's them. What can I say to get their attention? Like, oh my God, should I say something to get their attention? Like, what am I gonna do? Oh my God. And the universe decided to just take care of it for me. And while I'm sitting here having my silent mental breakdown and trying to figure out what I am doing, this woman crosses the street, and she walks right in front of me while on her phone. So she's just staring down at her phone, not looking up or anything, and she literally walks into me. So we're both like, oh, sorry, excuse me, sorry. And I guess I had said it so loud that they stopped, turned around, and watched the debacle happen. Oh my God. So, like, I'm like, oh my God, why? Why did this just happen? And of course, like, they couldn't, like, the worst part was, like, they couldn't just stop. Or they couldn't, like, just, like, look, go, and just keep going, and just, like, let it go.
Yeah.
They stopped and waited for me to finish crossing the street before they were like, what did you do? And it's like, wait, no. my god, no, you're not supposed to see that. No. I was like, I didn't do anything. She walked into me. They're like, yeah, sure. Are you sure you're not still sleeping? I'm like, oh my god. Please, for the love of God, just something swallow me whole right now. I was like, oh, okay, that's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I mean, I've never had an experience where I was embarrassed because I was a nerd or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And because, like, I mean, when I was in high school and everything, I kept to myself a lot when it came to, like, certain fandoms, unless I was with certain friends and everything.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I got picked on because I was still, like, the quote-unquote quintessential nerd.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously people felt, you know, the need to state, you know, present dominance for some strange reason. They felt the need to be big and bad in high school, whatever. So, like, I never had anything embarrassingly happen to me because I was a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassing things happen while I was being a nerd. Like,
I think that's better than it happening because you are a nerd. Because that would be, I don't know, worse almost. I feel like.
I mean, because, like, everyone has those moments where they feel like they embarrass themselves in front of, like, a couple of their favorite celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I even, like, stumbled and babbled the first time I asked Mark Shepard a question. I remember, like, I was sitting up there just babbling on, not making sense. So I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm babbling. I'm sorry. Here's my question. Like, you could tell he was like, what is going on with this girl? And, like, I'm like, oh my god. Like, that was kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, like, he was very nice about it. And we all at that convention got a great story about how Jared wouldn't fit into the TARDIS at, you know, San Diego Comic-Con.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, like, I had embarrassing things happen while I was doing nerdy things. But looking back on them, I'm just like, yeah, that was embarrassing. But hey, that's a great story. Great story.
So true. So true. I have a lot of those, actually. Well, not a lot. I just say in different time frames I've had experiences like that. I've also had ones that you haven't had where they've been because I am a nerd. That I've had some experiences with people who don't like, they're not into that stuff. Specifically, I guess this to be expected, though, is anime is weird for normal people. I don't know why, but it's super weird for people. Even if it's like a normal, like, fighting anime. Like Yu Yu Hakusho, for instance. People don't really understand the appeal.
I mean, I can definitely see that because, like, my sister and I were definitely, like, opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, she was, you know, a soccer player. Like, she was really, you know, she did a lot of sport. Like, she played soccer almost, like, the entire year.
Yeah.
If she could, she would play the entire year.
Mm.
So, like, she was a very preppy girl. Everybody loved her. And, like, you know, she was into hanging out with friends and into fashion and all of that more than me, who was into just give me a pair of baggy pants, a band shirt, and my favorite animates marathon.
Yes.
So, like, just walking into her room, you know, she had lovely pictures on the wall of, like, flowers and stuff like that. She had, like, a soccer poster up, too, and all this and that and the other. And you walk into my room, and I don't know if people remember these, but I had the scrolls. The little picture scrolls that they had at, like, Hello Kitty and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
I had several of those. And, like, I had a Yu Yu Hakusho of, like, my favorite character and then his full demon transformation. Mm-hmm. I had one of Inuyasha, of Rurouni Kenshin. I just had a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. So, like, and, like, my room was just covered in books. So, you know, whenever I would start watching those shows, like, my sister never understood why I was really into them and why, like, I had these scrolls all over the place. And I'm like, because they're, like, you don't understand. Like, I was, like, the typical... I literally, like, looking back on it now, I was like, oh, my God, I was, like, that typical person. I was like, you don't understand! You do not understand! Like, this is amazing!
You know, they still sell those, actually. The scrolls. They still sell them, actually. But I haven't found one that found a character that I love that much that I want one.
I will say this.
Recently.
Like,
anyway.
I don't know what happened to them.
Oh.
We've moved a couple times, and I think my mother threw them out because she was just tired of them. But which really makes me angry because there was one that, like, was so pretty and, like, just made me so angry that I lost it. It was a Himura Kenshin and Karu. Mm-hmm. And it was like a different rendition of them with the fireflies. Oh. Before he went to Kyoto. Yeah. So, like, it was really pretty. It had a beautiful blue background, and, like, the artwork was very nice. And I was just like, this is amazing. I love this. And I can't find it. Aww. So now I'm like, no. Oh, my God. Okay. So, before we continue, I have to go back to your original question. Okay. Because I cannot believe I forgot. All right. So, I was in a fandom before I even knew what fandoms were. Mm-hmm. I was in the Nightmare Before Christmas fandom. Obviously. It was like, and like the weird or the funny thing was my mother was the one who introduced me to that movie. Really? Yes. We were at a video store, and it wasn't Blockbuster. It was just like this little homegrown video rental place. And we walked in, and my mom's like, "Oh, this looks like a good Halloween kid movie. Let's get it." First time I saw it, I was probably about like 4. Oh my God! Scared the hell out of me. Oh my God! Oh dear God! Like I was terrified. Oh my God! Movie. That's hilarious. And then, like, I watched it again. Like the first go around, it scared me. The second go around that I watched the next day, my mom said I sat at that TV and I would not move. And she kept playing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's so interesting. And it got to a point that, like, when we would go to the movie theater or to the movie store, that would be the one movie I went to go pick up. And it used to be like you would rent a movie for like either $1 to $2, depending on like if it's old, it was $1. If it was new, it was like $2. Yeah. And it got to a point that like they started renting that movie to us for 50 cents. And then finally $0.25 because I had rented so much that it pretty much was my movie. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was my first taste of fandom because I was like, I love this movie. I want to keep watching this movie. I will learn everything about this movie. That's amazing. I love that movie. That movie is like one of my favorites. My mom still doesn't get why I love that movie so much, and I love that movie. I watch it a lot. I love it. It's so amazing. And it would stop motion. Like, I'm so sad that is in a sense, almost a lost art form. The only person who's still doing it is, what is that series? I believe Troll Hunters on Netflix is stop motion. I haven't watched it yet, but that's what people told me, and they're like, you gotta watch it because it's so good. I'm like, I understand, I just haven't got there yet. But yeah, it's a very lost art form. It's hard. It's very rare we get anything from stop motion. But I mean, I can understand why though, because I mean, it is such a tedious It takes forever to get like one scene done. But God, like that type of just media is beautiful. I love it. I think it's amazing, and I'm so sad that we don't get a lot of it. Yeah. But like, and the one thing, because I actually watched it a few years ago with a friend who had never seen it before. Oh my gosh. Because and like I understand people, who are very religious, cool, that's awesome. You do you, and that's awesome. And they were like, yeah, our parents would let us watch it because the content. And I was like, okay, that I understand, I get it, because it is kind of I mean, you do have the devil and you do have demonic things in there from what parents could believe for their kids. Like, okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
The issue I had was when the mom came down for a visit and we were talking about it. And she questioned why any parent would let their child watch that type of thing.
What?
And it's like, just because your family didn't watch it doesn't mean you get to criticize other families who did. It's like, no, do not do that. Like,
Dude, yeah.
Because now you're insulting my family, you're insulting me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time for this. I left. Like, I just left when that happened.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is, in a sense, you're criticizing someone's childhood, you're criticizing someone's parenting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just don't do that. Like, just be like, yeah, based off my beliefs, I didn't have my child watch that until, they felt like they could or if they wanted to. I was like, but don't sit up here and be like, I just don't understand why any parent would let their child watch this movie.
People still do that today, and it still bothers me. It'd be about, like, the weirdest things, too, and I'm just like, you're a different person than they are, clearly.
Yeah, it's like, just, look, you can have an opinion. I'm not saying anyone can't.
Uh-huh.
You can have an opinion. But at the same time, be respectful to other people. God, is it really that hard?
It's apparently really hard for people.
Yes, I do forget.
We're not gonna talk about that one, but nope. That would be like a several hour long conversation.
Yeah, we're going down a slippery slope with that one.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so yeah, that was my first fandom before I was even realized I was in a fandom, was Nightmare Before Christmas. I did tell my bestie that when I finally get a boyfriend at some point in time, and if I ever become engaged, I would love to reenact the ending. I would love if he could sing, if the guy who I become engaged to could sing. Mm-hmm. I would love for them to be like, hey, Jen, have my friends lead me to a place, and they're just like, just stay here. And I look down and there's like a little flower or something. I'm like, oh, sweet, a flower. And then, have somebody, like, have him come up and like just be like, my dearest friend, if you don't mind. And I would lose my, lose my mind.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, legit, I would lose my mind.
You know what movie it is for me well, I don't want like a reenactment, but I want something related to that when I get married or engaged or whatever. Tangled.
No. Do not feel bad, because I actually want the lantern scene for my reception.
Yes.
Like, I want that.
That's
like my goal.
I love that movie so much. I can't. It's so perfect, and I can't. It's just too good.
Oh my gosh, like, it's so good. Oh my gosh, like, Tangled is a beautiful, beautiful movie. So good.
Yes.
Just like Princess and the Frog. So good.
Yes, and a lot of people have not. A lot of places don't actually carry that movie for some reason. It's weird that they don't carry that movie.
Because it's too good for them, that's why.
Well, there's that other reason, the racist reason. Well, that movie is amazing. I love that movie. I love that movie so I need to get it. I actually don't own it, but I love it. I need to order it and get it sent to me. Because I love that movie. I don't know if my little brother's seen it, and I feel like he needs to watch it because that's a really good film.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, for my niece, for her Christmas this past year, mm-hmm. they asked for Disney movies, because they're starting to, finally watch Disney movies. She's really starting to finally enjoy them. So they were like, okay, can you guys get Disney movies this year? I said, okay, Disney movies, got you. So her first two Disney movies were Tangled and The Princess and the Frog.
Yay. That's amazing,
like,
yeah.
I have a kinship with Tangled because, I am just as clumsy as
I understand.
I have hit myself in the face with a frying pan. I'm not even gonna lie.
Did you really?
Yes.
God, I haven't got that far. I haven't got that
When
much.
I say I am clumsy, I am clumsy. Like, it... before it was Tangled, before that movie came out, my nickname is Mia. Mm-hmm. For a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Like my best friend calls me Mia whenever I do something clumsy, because we would watch Princess Diaries and Princess Diaries 2.
So, like, that was my introduction to Anne Hathaway, who's, like, my favorite person in the world. And people, like, when I watched that movie, not the first time I watched it, but one time I watched it was in middle school at the charter school I went to. And my music teacher, she loved to, like, give one of us the role of the person, like, would say that this was this person, and I was Mia, apparently, because I had really curly hair, and ironically, the guy I liked at the time was the popular guy, you know, the guy who doesn't matter, really, and I was just like, it's just weird, but okay, I just thought that was funny.
For me, I earned that title when we were watching, I can't remember if it was the first, I think it's the second one, where she runs, and she goes to sit down, and she goes sliding on the ottoman. Yeah. Okay, so we were watching, I think it was that movie, and that scene had just happened. So I was hungry, and I decided to get up and get popcorn, but I decided to be stupid about it, and, like, jump over the armchair of the seat I was in. Yeah. My foot caught, I went flat, and they literally just watched that scene, turned and looked at me, looked at each other, and my best friend just looks at me and goes, "Oh, Mia." And I knew at that point I was done. So anytime I have a clumsy moment, my best who's my roommate right now, looks at me and goes, "Oh, Mia," and just walks away. Like, that's it. Just walks away. And I'm like, wow. I'm sorry.
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm just like, yeah, so that's my nickname is Mia. And that's the reason why you see and that's the reason why my little Twitter profile says, Princess Mia and Rapunzel had nothing on me. Yeah. Because I'm either just as or even clumsier than those two.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My life is a Disney princess, minus the prince.
Same. Sort of. Except I'm, like, I don't know. I'm not quite there. I'm not quite there yet.
Would you say you're almost there?
I can't say. I don't know. I don't know. But, okay. This is the last question.
Okay.
Is there something that other people are really into that you wish you were into, but you're not?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Take your time.
Like, I'm thinking about it. Probably zombies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just not into zombies.
You know, ironically, I wasn't either, because I was like, that's just weird. That's so weird. Like, why is this popular? Why is this a thing? And then one of my friends this was like around season 4 of The Walking Dead. One of my friends, who's like one of my best friends, who I just went to her wedding last year in October. But, she kind of got me there for somehow. And then I, like, binged season 1 through 4 when they were having a marathon on AMC. I was like, oh, okay, it's not bad. It's not like, it wasn't like super zombie-ish, so I was like, oh, I'm good with this. It's not too bad. And I'm a horror person, so I was like, oh, cool, I'm okay. But I'm at the point also where I can actually not watch that show. So it's not like it's my life. Like some people, it is somebody's life. It's not mine, but.
But yeah, like, for me, it's just like zombies in general. Mm-hmm. Like, granted, I'm part of a zombie plan, but like, I don't have my own like zombie apocalypse plan.
Same. I haven't gone that far.
Yeah, like, I really don't enjoy shows with zombies.
Yeah.
Like, okay, granted, I love Supernatural.
Yeah.
Like, Supernatural was like my television show. Before I got out of it around like season 9, season 10. But like, the whole thing of zombies just kind of, I feel like it's overkill now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely overkill. They're doing so much with it now. It's too much, way too much.
Yeah. So like, when it first started out, I was just like, okay, zombies. Ooh, zombies. And then like it got to a point that I was like, all right, you know, I can't, no.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, you know, oh, this was awesome. Yeah, zombies. Woo, all these zombie games, all these zombie movies, World War Z.
Oh, never watched that one. I didn't care for it, so I didn't never watch that. Plus, I'm weird about Brad Pitt, so yeah.
For me, it's like you can get me with a good story.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for a good story and a good plot. But the minute zombies are brought into it, I'm like, nope. I'm done. Have a good day. Check y'all later. Bye. Because I don't know. I could never get into the whole concept.
Yeah.
I could never get into that whole idea of zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I did see the original Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, of course. I feel like that's a staple. That's everyone has to watch at least once.
But like, I couldn't get into. I can't.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I cannot get into it, despite, you know, people are like, oh yeah, you know, The Walking Dead's amazing. It's like, that, okay, cool, that's awesome. You're good for them. It's filmed here, you know, in Georgia. That's awesome. Now people know I'm in Georgia. Hey, but yeah, like, I mean, it's pretty cool, but definitely not my vote. Definitely not.
I think that's fine though, because I was the same way. So it's like, I feel like there's different things that interest different people. So
yeah. So that's my one thing that I was just like, nope.
Okay, so before we go, is there anything that you want to plug for the lovely people who may be listening right now?
No, but I will be saying this. I guess I can kind of self-promote. I am going to be streaming some games on Twitch. Same username, orangesherbert06. And I do have a YouTube channel on here. There's nothing on there at this moment, but there might be some stuff popping up come around the end of April. So if you guys, you know, want to keep an eye out for that. Be doing some movie reviews, some book reviews, some television show reviews. So yeah, just, I guess, keep an eye out for that and appreciate it.
Yeah. Alright guys, this is the end of this episode, and I will see you guys with the next one. Bye.